Welcome back to another video. Today's video, just one last look at the wagon, and I don't know, maybe we'll get into some problems with BAF and I don't know, shit, but anyway, here we are. Here's the wagon. I don't know, as you can see, engine's out, trans is out. So there's the trans, there's the engine, and here's the empty engine bay. So this thing's pretty much ready to go. Like I said, sold it. Well, yeah, the rolling body. He's bringing his own wheels, so technically it's not a rolling body, but whatever. Yeah, he's just taken the body with his own wheels, with the tailgate or boot, whatever the fuck you want to call it, with the 2 guards. All I have to take off now is the hood, and I think I'll just keep the front seats. They're not the most desirable shit. They're not ripped or anything. That's a good thing about the cloth stuff, is it just doesn't rip, so they're nice. But whatever. I'll take the radio out and my stuff out of the back, and that's probably about it. I'll take the mirrors off. The doors, I'm not going to bother taking them off if no one wants them. I won't waste my time there. Under here, no, don't think I'll take anything else out of here. Huh? Yeah. But that's the wagon. I'll keep these wheels so I can sell them to someone. Keep them for WAFs, I don't know. It is good sometimes having, like, you know, a set of wheels that are good just to have for WAF. And then you chuck your old hoary shit ones on. I don't know, for whatever reason. Just because they look cooler, like them 20-inch wheels. Oh, sorry. But yeah, I got the spare, and I'm just going to load up whatever's left in the back of this shit box, which is not much. Just a block, 2 heads, valve cover. I'm not even sure what the fuck you call that. Starter motor, alternator, and power steering pump. And that's pretty much it. And the wagon will be going. I talked to the guy last night. He said he's coming Saturday, by the sounds of it. So, yeah, that is the wagon. Done, so pretty much. Last time you'll ever see it. I don't know. It will not be missed. I'm not a fan of wagons, like I said. When they're done right, they're right. Like, I can imagine if someone does it properly, but it's an XR6 body kit on it. Get like an XR8 hood, and like do a turbo T56 XR6 interior. It would be pretty fat, but like I said, wagons just aren't my thing. But enough of that. That's the end of that. Last thing you'll see of that. Oh, trans is just pissed. Oh. That's alright. It's not the first time I've pissed trans fluid all over the ground. Like the other times that I take motors out of here, it's just like the whole ground would be covered in transmission fluid by the time I'm done. Just because they're a cunt to drain. I did have the pan under there catching it out of the bag, but I don't even know where the fuck that came from. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. But anyway, here's the motor. This is what we're keeping. I took the wiring harness off it yesterday, and that was pretty much it. Yeah, took it out, took the wiring harness off of it. And I'll just think I'll just leave it at this state until I find out what's happening. Well, yeah, what's happening is someone might be buying my BF, possibly, not 100% sure yet. They sound pretty keen, but you know, it's not sold until it's sold, you know, so it's just gonna stay like this for a bit. But I'll kind of jump into BAF, because once I put it, I thought once it's back to NA, I'd have less problems, but it's been giving me a shit time. Like, it's been throwing engine codes like all weekend, and I tried fixing it one thing. It turned out to be something else that I think I fixed it by changing the O2 sensor. If it's not that, then it might be the mass air flow sensor, which is under there. So I've been trying to hold off on taking that out, because that's probably the hardest thing to change out of everything. But we'll see. But I mean, I'll show you how BAF's holding up now. Just a general update, not too much, but we'll go see BAF now anyway. Just ran the yard with BAF, and it's got the engine light on again. No codes. That is... What? That is weird. That is fucking weird. It showed codes the other day, and it was just for... It said about the O2 sensor, so I replaced the O2 sensor. And then it said about some other things, and so I'm like, oh, maybe it's the mass airflow sensor that's under there. But I didn't want to do that yet, so I ended up like, because I didn't have this hooked up, I'm like, oh, maybe it could be that. So I plugged it in, didn't work, so I just changed this to the one in the Wagon. And then, what else did I do? I think that was pretty much it. Just plugged that in, changed that, and then changed the O2 sensor to another one I had. And it was still showing codes, but now it popped up another, like it'd been off for a bit. And yeah, the last time I replaced the O2 sensor, now it's back on, and now it's, you can clearly see engine light, but it says there's no codes, so I'm really confused. But it has been running rough, and I suspect I might have bent something in the engine, so I am going to do a compression test on it when I get a compression tester and when I have time. Just, yeah. That's no good. That is no good. I don't know why it's not showing any. Maybe it could be a transmission fault. Oh, there we go. Oh, oil temp sensor. What? I don't know. I'm gonna look into this. That's a new one for me. Yeah, that's okay. Well, at least we know what the problem is now. Oil engine temp. Okay. I'm gonna look into this and I'll get back to you. Probably another day. It is Thursday and I gotta start working in an hour, and I'm not looking forward to, you know, what I'm doing, but whatever. I'm gonna look up that code and see what exactly it says it is. Obviously that oil temp sensor, it's an easy one, but the other one, I'm not too sure what it is, but I'll look into it, and I'll get back to you for another day. The same day, but I looked up the code, and yeah, it was just saying about engine oil temp pressure not preferred or some shit, which is just that sensor that you can see right there. So I was like, I don't know, it's weird because it came on literally as I was leaving this morning to go to Ralston. I let the car idle because it was a frost out, so the car was just completely frozen, so I let it idle for 10 minutes and then got in, put her in drive, and as soon as I touched the gas, the engine light was on. I'm like, fucking hell, typical. But I really don't know why then it would come up. The oil wouldn't really be that hot, you would think, unless there is some friction in the bottom end. So it's completely possible I might have blown the motor. I'm going to compression test it, but I'm not really hearing any like bottom end noises. But I'll keep you updated, and I'll do a compression test probably tomorrow or Saturday or something like that. And yeah, I'll keep you updated, but she's not looking good. BAF is she's on life support and ran better with the turbo, surprisingly. And now the NA, it's hating life. But I'm lucky I have another motor, but I'm unlucky because I need to fix that motor first. Like if the head was all good, I'd probably just chuck it in now, but it's not. So anyway, I'll get back to you another day when we're doing the compression test. It's another day. It's been a few days, so I've been so busy, but I've already done a compression test. The results are pretty much what I expected. We are down a cylinder a bit. I'll show you the results now. I'll just put in a photo. But yeah, that's the results for cylinder number 2. And then, well, yeah, all of them. And then, yeah, it still runs and drives fine. And like, if you're wondering how do you tell between like what it is, I put a bit of oil down the cylinder, and this is the results. Yeah, picked up pretty much 100 psi, 90 psi to be exact. So what does that tell you? That tells you that it's either the rod or your rings. And I'd like to bet on rod. Like, I'd say it's probably the rods, honestly. Because if you don't remember, the wastegate fell off and it was over boosting for like 3 to 4 months. Like, how the fuck do you not know that? And I just don't know. It's honestly my first car that I've turboed. Like, the only other turbo vehicle that I've owned is my Subaru, and so I'm fairly new to this. So yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, pretty much 6 months me thrashing the absolute balls out of it. 3 to 4 months of that was it just over boosting the shit out of it. It's got no tune, so it's, yeah, just a BF XR6, most, you know, 03. It's all BF running gear, so it's a BF motor, so they have a little bit higher compression than the BAs from what I've been told, or looked up at least. And so, you know, for me to be beating on it for like, we'll say 3 months, I was getting 7 psi, the other 3 I was getting, you know, 15 psi. For 6 months, me just thrashing the balls out of it, for it to just be in one rod, and it still runs fine. The engine light's off now. I turned it off, hasn't come back on. I think it was just a temp thing, just because it was freezing. And the oil, I don't know, whatever, it hasn't come back up. Haven't had an engine light back up yet. And it's running pretty good for having, you know, all the rest are 170 psi, except for that one that's on 140. So like 30 psi is a lot, because like boost, it was only 7 psi actuator, and like even when it was over boosting, it was only 15 psi. So if you think it's down 15, like 30 psi, you might think it's not a lot, but it is a lot. But it still runs like a trooper, you know. But yeah, that's where I'll end the video here, at least, because well, I'm just too busy. I'm just cleaning up at home at the moment, and I haven't been able to work because I work out in the fields, and with all this rain, as you can see, I got BAF stuck here and on the front lawn. It's a shit show. But yeah, that's BAF. Motor's pretty much fucked, but it still runs fine. I'm gonna run it until I get my other motor anyway. Because like, yeah, 10,000 Ks, me beating on it, no tune. They're great. I don't know. If you're thinking about turboing the Falcon, I'd say anywhere from 10 psi under is safe, and you should be fine. Little cunt. He's the one scratching on my cars, if you're wondering. Fucking climbing up the back and leaving big scrape marks. It might be hard to see, but you know, I clean them, and then you get this little bastard, eh? Look at him. But yeah, what I was on to, the BF might be going this weekend, which the day is Tuesday the 11th. So yeah, that's the day. This video's been strung out over a few days just because I've got a new job, and I work normally, the hours have been about from 11 to like 12. I start and finish about anywhere from 6 to 7. So yes, between me being lazy in the morning and well, I had to wait until Saturday to go get the compression tester, and then I just got busy with other stuff, and I'm home now. It is, yeah, Monday and Tuesday. I haven't been able to work today because of the rain, and then I should hopefully be back to work tomorrow. But no, the BF, like I said, might be going this weekend. I'll either be getting cash or a new car. And I feel like I'd probably be, like, I'd take the cash. If I get the cash first, I'll take the cash. But if the guy that was gonna, he's just waiting for his insurance payout because he got his car stolen. But yeah, if I don't hear anything from him by the time it comes up to the weekend and this girl wants to swap a vehicle that I've been kind of wanting for a while, and they're worth the same value, so I really don't care what, some of you might give me shit for swapping for it, but they're worth the same, so that's all I really go off. They're both just as reliable. One's a bit better on the fuel, and I don't know, I'll tell you, it is a manual, and oh, I don't want to give too much away, but it's a manual 2 litre non-turbo, that I might be swapping for, possibly, but you'll see it next video anyway. I'll either have it, yeah, obviously, next video I'll either have it or I won't, or I have cash, and we can jump in a BAF, because, you know, like, unlike other YouTubers, this shit takes forever, for me to get shit together and do it, especially with my new job, working the hours I work. The only days I get off are when it's too wet, and, yeah, well, that's enough of me ranting on. The video's long enough, but there's your updates, and there's how BAF is running after 6 months of over boosting and thrashing the ringer out of her with a turbo and no tune. So yeah, all good. I'll see you next week. Sorry, I'm a bit tired, feeling a bit under the weather, but I thought I'd better hurry up and finish this fucking video. It's been a few days, but nah, all good. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.